My name is Fatima Sorapur and I'm from Plano Senior High School. I've tap danced on the Broadway. Yeah, the Broadway. It's crazy, I know. My parents couldn't afford physical therapy, so they sent me to dancing school, which is where I learned to dance with heels and walk in heels. And I'm from New Jersey, and our style is very important to us. So if my friends wore heels, I wore heels. According to the National World Health Organization, an estimate of 1.3 billion people are significantly disabled. Disabled people make such a big part of our nation, but they're often silenced, overlooked, and considered depressed. But Maysoon Zayid refuses to stay silent. A Palestinian-American actress, activist, and comedian who was born with cerebral palsy, but instead of letting her disability limit her, she uses humor to shatter stereotypes and prove to us that being born with a disability doesn't mean being born without joy. I Got 99 Problems and Palsy is Just One by Maysoon Zayid. My name is Maysoon Zayid, and no, I'm not drunk, but the person who delivered me was. He cut my mom 6 different times in 6 different directions, suffocating poor little me in the process. As a result, I have cerebral palsy, which means I shake all the time. Look, it's exhausting. I'm like Shakira meets Muhammad Ali. CP is not genetic. It's not a birth defect. You can't catch it. No one put a curse on my mother's uterus, and no, I don't have it because my parents are first cousins, which they are, but it only happens from accidents, like what happened to me on my birthday. Now, I must warn you, I'm not inspirational, and I don't want anyone in this room to feel bad about me, because I got 99 problems, and palsy is just one. If there wasn't a Persian Olympics, I would win gold medal. I'm Palestinian, I'm Muslim, I'm disabled, I'm female, and I'm from New Jersey. I know, if you don't feel better about yourself, maybe you should. Cliffside Park, New Jersey is my hometown. And I've always loved the fact that if I wanted to walk from my house to New York, I could. A lot of people with CP don't walk, but my parents didn't believe you can't. My father's mantra was, you can do it. Yes, you can. And so if my 3 older sisters were mopping, I was mopping. If my 3 older sisters went to public school, my parents would sue the school and make sure that I went to. And if we didn't all get A's, we would all get my mother's slipper. My father taught me how to walk by placing my heels on his feet and just walking. Another tactic he used was he would dangle a dollar bill in front of me and have me chase it. My inner stripper was very strong. My parents reinforced this notion that I can do anything, that no dream was impossible. And my dream was to be on the daytime soap opera General Hospital. I got into college during affirmative actions and got myself a sweet scholarship to ASU because I fit in every single quota. I'm like the peddler kid of the theater department. Everyone loves me. I do the less than intelligent kids' homeworks, and I get A's in all of my classes and A's in all of their classes, and every time I did the scene from The Glass Manji, everyone would weep. But I never got the part. Finally, my senior year of college, ASU decided to do this show called They Dance Real Slow in Jackson. It was about a girl with CP, and I was a girl with CP. So I was sure I would get the part, and I was excited, and I started screaming from my rooftop, "Thank God, I'm finally gonna get the part. Thank you, Lord, I'm free at last, free at last." it didn't last very long because I didn't get the part. Sherry Brown got the part. I was crying hysterically when I found out, and I was sad. So I ran to the theater department to ask them why. Why didn't I get the part? And you know what they told me? They told me that they don't think I can do the stunts. And I said, excuse me? If I can't do the stunts, neither can the character. I mean, this was the part I was literally born to play. I'm literally a girl with CP, and the character has CP. But I learned something. Hollywood has this habit of casting able bodies for disabled characters. When I graduated, I moved back home, where I got my first acting gig. And do you know what it was? An extra on the daytime soap opera General Hospital. I mean, I was so excited because I was finally living my dream. And I knew that I would promote from diner to Lucky's best friend in no time. But instead, I remained a glorified piece of furniture you could only recognize from the back of my head. And then it hit me. Casting directors aren't looking for fluffy, ethnic, disabled people. No, they're looking for perfection. And I'm far from perfection. But there were exceptions. I grew up watching Ellen, Roseanne Barr, Whoopi Goldberg, and all these women had one thing in common. They were all comedians. So I became a comic. And I had my first break in 2010 where I got invited to this show called The Countdown with Keith Olbermann. It was a cable news show. And I was so excited, but I was nervous. Oh, I was so nervous. And when I'm nervous, I shake more than I do usually. And they shuffled me into the stage. They sat me on a spinning rolling chair, and I was shaking because I was nervous. So I looked at the stage manager and I told her that I have CP, that I shake. And this is a rolling chair. I will roll off the screen. But she looked at me and she said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We were live. I had to hold on to the desk to make sure I didn't roll off. When the interview was over, I was livid. It was funny, but I was livid. I mean, I finally got my chance and I blew it. And I knew that I would never get invited back. But not only did I get invited back, but I was made a full-time contributor by Mr. Olbermann. And he taped my chair down. One thing I learned, though, was humans on the internet are scumbags. I mean, suddenly, my disability was a fair game in the World Wide Web. And everyone was making fun of me. And I saw comments like, yo, is she retarded? Or yo, why is she tweaking? And my favorite, poor little gummy mouth terrorist. What does she suffer from? We should really pray for her. A commentary suggested that I add my disability to my credits. Screenwriter, comedian, and palsy. You know, disability is as visual as race. And people think we suffer from it. We don't. And it's all because we don't have a lot of positive image on the social media or the Hollywood. And maybe if we did have positive images, we would foster less hate. But maybe not. Maybe it still takes a whole village to teach our children well. My crooked journey took me to some spectacular places. I got to walk on the red carpet, be in a movie with Adam Sandler. I was the headliner on Arabs Gone Wild. And finally, I founded Mason's Kids, a charity that wishes to give hope to kids and Palestinian refugees the half of the chance my parents gave me. One moment that stood out to me the most was when I got to play a part about a man that stings like a butterfly, flies like a butterfly, and stings like a bee, has Parkinson, and shakes just like me, Muhammad Ali. It's the first time my parents ever saw me perform, and I dedicate this speech to them. Allah yarhamak ya Rabba. My name is Maysoon Zaid, and if I can, you can.